Back now to that breaking news from former President Trump, just taking to Truth Social, saying he received a letter informing him that he is a target of the Justice Department's investigation into efforts to undo the results of the 2020 presidential election.
This news comes on the same day Trump is set for a pretrial conference in that classified documents case. It's happening just a few hours from now in Florida.
And the correspondent Leonardo Feldman live outside the courthouse in Fort Pierce, Florida, with details on both breaking situations surrounding the former president of the United States. Leo.
That's right, Sean and Emma. Well, what I can tell you is that former President Donald Trump posted a lengthy statement on Truth Social indicating that he might be indicted once again in a different case, this one related to election interference and overturning the election, or trying to overturn the election results in 2020. He stated, deranged Jack Smith, the prosecutor with Joe Biden's DOJ, sent a letter, again, it was a Sunday night, stating that I am a target of the January 6th grand jury investigation and giving me a very short 4 days to report to the grand jury, which almost always means an arrest and indictment. Sources say this is accurate and that he will likely face his third indictment, the second one at the federal level. Meanwhile, as you mentioned, Judge Eileen Cannon will hear the first courtroom arguments in former President Donald Trump's federal criminal case today here at this federal courthouse in Fort Pierce. The pretrial conference related to his classified documents case is happening at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Cannon will consider arguments related to the procedures for handling classified documents and any reasons why the trial date should be moved. Even though she will be hearing arguments on the matter today, it is unclear if she will make any decisions today in regards to the trial date. Jack Smith, the same special counsel that Trump posted about that he is the target of another investigation related to election interference, requested the classified documents trial be moved from the initial date set in August to December. Meanwhile, Trump's team requested the following as far as the date for the classified documents case trial goes. Proceeding to trial on December 11, 2023, would deny counsel for the defendants the reasonable time necessary for effective preparation and result in a miscarriage of justice. An accelerated trial schedule will also be contrary to the interests of our nation in maintaining the legitimacy of and confidence in our system of justice. And Trump has pleaded not guilty to all the 37 federal charges he's facing. His co-defendant and personal aide, Walt Nauta, also pleaded not guilty during his arraignment at a Miami federal courthouse. Back to you.
Leo Feldman joining us live from Florida with the latest on that. Leo, thank you for the update on that breaking news. I want to bring in Jesse Binnall, an attorney on the Trump legal team, a constitutional legal expert as well. Jesse, good to see you, and thank you so much for answering the call. I know it's short notice here with the breaking news. Again, the former president putting this out on Truth Social, announcing that he received a letter from the DOJ announcing that he is a target of a Jan 6 probe and that he would have 4 days to report to the grand jury. Which almost always means an arrest and indictment. Again, those are Trump's words there. Can I have your overall reaction to this, sir?
The overall reaction is that this is desperation on the part of Jack Smith and his prosecutors. They are absolutely desperate to find any way that they possibly can to try to take Donald Trump out of the presidential race because they are terrified that he's going to get elected. And they don't think they can rely on the American people to support their political agenda. So instead of going to the American people and fighting these issues out at the ballot box, they want to try to make it so that courts take him out of the running and take him out of the picture. It's just absolutely not going to work. The American people see right through their game. And one thing also that Jack Smith knows is that if when Donald Trump is elected again, he's going to put a stop to these rogue prosecutors going out and with taking part in these politicalized trials. And so that is going to be absolutely a game changer if Jack Smith is allowed to get away with this. I don't think he is. I think the American people are going to see right through it. I think Donald Trump is going to continue to be vindicated, just like he has been time and time again before. We'll see how all this plays out. This just shows you the danger of letting these rogue left-wing prosecutors. The one thing that all these prosecutors have in common that are going after Donald Trump is that they are all hardcore left-wing prosecutors. And that's the one thing that I think the American people should be very, very concerned about.
You know, Jesse, if this is, if the president is describing accurately sort of what's going on behind the scenes that the American public is not made aware of at this point, what would the timeline sort of look like here? Would this be in line with sort of a 4-day situation that the former president is claiming?
Well, I suspect, without seeing the letter, that 4 days is time for him to present his case in front of the grand jury, and it's very rare for anyone that's being targeted by a grand jury to actually do that, because the simple fact is a grand jury, especially a grand jury in D.C., the saying is that the grand jury won't indict a ham sandwich. There's not the opportunity for other lawyers to argue in front of the grand jury, only the prosecutors. The grand juries generally do exactly what the prosecutors want them to do. There's no reason to kind of give the prosecution a preview of your case by going in front of the grand jury. So it may be a 4-day period to appear in front of the grand jury, but I suspect that's unlikely to happen.
All right. Still a lot of questions about this one, and we'll continue to cover it. Jesse Binnall joining us. We do appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.